children. See if one of them is being used by your kids.
Stay right where you are. The 10 o'clock news starts right now.
Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. It's happened again. Another person in Florida tests positive for exposure to anthrax.
The 35-year-old woman is not showing symptoms. She is the third employee at a tabloid newspaper company based in Boca Raton to test positive for the disease. One man died from the disease, and anthrax spores were found in the nasal cavity of a coworker. Investigators are now conducting a criminal probe into the source of that anthrax. However, they are cautioning against making the connection between these cases and last month's terrorist attacks.
Based on the preliminary testing by the CDC, there is no indication at this time that this action, or this strain of anthrax, I should say, was produced or caused by a terrorist group or individuals related to the incident September 11th, 2001.
The woman has asked that her name not be released. She's being treated with antibiotics. Well, because of the anthrax scare in Florida and the threat of future terrorist attacks, hospitals here in the Northwest are under a special alert tonight.
KPTV's Drew Mickelson is live tonight at OHSU to explain. Drew.
Well, Kurt, you can't tell anything's different just by looking around up here at OHSU, but at this hospital and at every hospital, every civilian hospital in the Pacific Northwest, they are under what's called a special alert, a standby alert tonight. This became official at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. The National Disaster Medical System is a federal organization that makes sure hospitals are ready to handle a lot of patients during a disaster. They called for this standby alert. Now, because of the apparent credible threats of future terrorism that the Attorney General has spoken about, hospitals in the Northwest are being told for the next 5 days to be under a higher state of readiness. Doctors here at OHSU say that doesn't mean the Northwest City is being targeted, but the federal government just wants to make sure hospitals are prepared for the worst.
If a event happened in, say, like Atlanta or Colorado or wherever, and there were multiple casualties that the local community couldn't not handle, they would be literally flown to Portland for us to take care of. Putting the region on alert is actually making them able to receive patients from anywhere in the country, let alone the world, that's United States related. Specifically, there is no specific threat to Portland or the region as well.
The doctor says this alert should not interfere with any of the day-to-day work that goes up here on the Hill. He says basically they're just prepared for that worst-case scenario, meaning that they're checking to make sure they have all the proper supplies. The staff has been warned that if something should happen, they may be called in to work some extra hours. This is the first time ever this standby alert has been called for the hospitals in the Pacific Northwest, but that doctor told us that that does not mean the public should be extra concerned about this.
Drew, you mentioned the Pacific Northwest. What about the rest of the country? Are other hospitals on the same standby alert?
This standby has not been called nationwide. We don't know exactly which specific regions it has been alerted in. We just know that here in the Northwest it has been alerted, but this has not been a nationwide type of warning. That could come tomorrow, though. We'll keep you posted.
Well, that's interesting. KPTV's Drew Mickelson, thanks. The people who work at Portland City Hall also on alert tonight.
Today, their building was evacuated after a suspicious package was sent there. KPTV's Chris Murphy joins us now from City Hall with more. Chris?
Well, Kurt and Shauna, the crime tape is now down here at City Hall, but it surrounded the building for hours today after a package containing a suspicious substance, a powder, was found on the 3rd floor.
City Hall surrounded.
At about 11:30 this morning, an employee of City Hall received a suspicious package.
A package filled with a mysterious powder. Security notified and the building evacuated.
We're just asked to leave the building.
So we proceeded to go ahead and get all of our paraphernalia together, lock up, and leave.
Crime tape goes up, the street in front of City Hall blocked off, and the bomb squad goes in.
Folks, you guys need to move.
All 300 employees forced to stay away. Some stand in the
I
rain.
just had a friend that we were going to go to lunch today anyway, so I went down and got him and we went to lunch.
Others eat lunch or get coffee. A Russian folk band scheduled to perform at City Hall plays instead to a crowd congregating at a nearby deli. After 3 full hours, the suspicious package is taken away. City Hall is reopened, except for the room where the package was sent, right across the hall from the mayor's office. For Vera Katz, the bomb scare comes on her first day back to work after a trip to New York City.
Well, you know, after you go to ground zero where the hard hats are handed out, everything else appears, or seems at least, to be relatively minor. But I have to take this very seriously as well.
The FBI helped investigate this case. They found that there was nothing wrong with this powder. It did not pose any threat to any human beings, not a chemical or an explosive. Kurt and Shauna?
Yeah, but Chris, any idea what it really was?
You know, right now, they're not going to say, and they're not going to tell us. They say that this investigation is wrapped up, but in subsequent days, they're not going to tell us. They don't want anyone out there to get an idea from watching this. One thing they do say, though, that it was not anything like an anthrax or anything biological like that.
All right, Chris Murphy live tonight. Thank you, Chris. Today's scare forced several emergency crews to spring into action. Portland firefighters say it was a good drill for a real emergency, such as a terrorist attack. They say all the agencies responded quickly and worked well together.
Go ahead.
I think, well, there's, certainly a heightened awareness of terrorism, and basically you saw the response here today, the police, fire, medical, county, state, federal agencies all coming together here.
Hesacker says now that more terrorism is expected here in the U.S., we should all be more aware of our surroundings and report anything suspicious immediately. Now on to the latest on America Strikes Back. It is the biggest attack so far on the Afghan capital.
U.S. jets pounding sites in Kabul, a Taliban military academy, artillery units, and terrorist training camps. Also, the United Nations says Taliban loyalists have beaten local UN employees in 3 Afghan cities and confiscated a number of UN vehicles. Taliban leader Mullah Mohammed Omar has appealed to Muslims worldwide to back Afghanistan's fight against the United States. The U.S. says Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda network has been bolstering Islamic insurgencies in Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia. NATO is poised for a bigger role in the anti-terror campaign. NATO planes will start patrolling U.S. skies on Friday. And the major TV news organizations have agreed to screen videotape messages from Osama bin Laden and his associates before they're aired. Finally, the State Department says dozens of potential terrorists in 23 countries have been arrested or detained as part of the anti-terrorism crackdown. Well, again, U.S. forces pounded targets in Afghanistan for the 4th day, the most intense attack yet.
KPTV's Anna Katayama is in news control tonight with the very latest on the day's developments. Anna?
Kurt and Shanna, U.S. aircraft returned to the skies over Kabul early today. As you mentioned, they pounded sites near the airport, and Taliban gunners returned fire with anti-aircraft weapons. Throughout daylight hours and into Wednesday night, U.S.-led planes and missiles struck at targets around several cities in Afghanistan. Heaviest hit, the area around the Taliban stronghold of Kandahar. Dozens of explosions rocked that city, and explosions are again heard at the Kabul airport.
America thinks it will win the war, but it is ignorant of the fact that war is not won merely by material things.
Sources say U.S. ground troops, probably special forces, could play a significant role and might soon be ordered into Afghanistan.
Now is the time to draw the line in the sand against the evil ones, and this government is committed to doing just that.
At FBI headquarters, the president unveils a new international most wanted list. 22 ruthless terrorists, including Osama bin Laden. Among the wanted terrorists is a 40-year-old man who was born in Bloomington, Indiana. He was born in the United States while his Iraqi father studied at Indiana University.
I don't remember him looking much like the father, by the way. The father had a much rounder face. Nice people. Really was amazed when I heard the story about the baby. Not a baby now.
Well, the FBI is not only circulating pictures of these 22 most wanted terrorism suspects, it's offering real incentive for people to put a little bit of effort into helping police find the accused terrorists. The government is offering a reward of up to $5 million for the capture of any single person on that list. Back to you.
And that might just shake out some information. KPTV's Anna Katayama, thank you.
A Delta Airlines flight had to be diverted after a passenger passed what's being called a bizarre note to a flight attendant. The plane, with 148 people on board, was on its way to Los Angeles from Atlanta. The passenger didn't make a physical threat, but investigators say his note did seem bizarre. It was in response to an announcement that the flight would have to take a different path because of bad weather. The plane was escorted by 2 F-16 fighter jets to Shreveport, Louisiana. The passenger was arrested and charged with interfering with a flight crew. Well, last night we asked you if you would take action against a hijacker. Here's how you answered our 12 Talkback online poll question. Most of you, 93%, said yes, you would. Only 6% said no.
Coming up, banned on Oregon's bridges. Find out why ODOT is telling truckers to stay off some of the most used overpasses in the state.
Also, several products recalled that could hurt your children. What you need to know a bit later.
Plus, are there hidden messages in these broadcasts of terrorist reactions? The government says yes. We have the latest.
On the weather deck, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. So far, no rain out here right now, but we had plenty today. In fact, a half of an inch at the airport. The high was 55. The low this morning was 41. The big question, how about tomorrow? More rain or not? My forecast tonight's at 10:30.
A doting mother doing her duty.
Your mother's moving in.
What? Hello, dear.
Tag, you're in.
Isn't this fun?
Now the dreams are going to start again.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
The Civic from Honda.
Hey guys, can you help us? We need directions.
It comes with an extraordinarily well-insulated cabin.
Why is it so hard to meet chicks anyway?
The window!
I do not know.
Amazing, but true.
While supplies last, get special APR financing as low as 3.9% for 36 months on 2001 Civics.
Listen up. I'm going to drop you off while I shop. Now, I want you to have fun, but play nice. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Thanks to Tool Territory at Sears, guys are having more fun at the mall. It's like an amusement park for tools with brands from Arrow to Zircon. So many tools you can't swing a hammer without hitting another hammer. New Tool Territory at Sears, where tools rule.
Ziba Design in Portland combines form and function to make everyday products easier to use. That's why Ziba picked a local health plan that looks at things the same way. LifeWise. LifeWise offers an open choice of more than 6,000 doctors and caregivers, as well as online health information at your fingertips. After all, when you're thinking outside the box, you don't want a health plan that keeps you in one. LifeWise, it's up to you.
There's one brand of truck strong enough to carry the American spirit, Chevrolet. And right now, get 0% financing on every new truck we build. Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, Trailblazer. The trucks behind a country that never quits. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your local Chevy dealer today.
I'm Ken Ackerman.
And I'm Kimberly Moss. Tomorrow marks 1 month after the September 11th terrorist attacks on the U.S.
We'll talk about post-traumatic stress and biological terrorism tomorrow on Good Day.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news.
Welcome back. The Bush administration is urging broadcast news organizations to be careful about airing statements from Osama bin Laden's terrorist group.
The White House fears the videotapes might contain coded messages telling terrorists in this country to kill more Americans. KPTV's David Wilson joins us now with more on this story of hidden messages. Dave?
Well, at least twice this week, Americans watched Osama bin Laden deliver his speeches through the U.S. media. In the recordings, bin Laden praised the terrorist attacks on New York and the Pentagon. But American leaders fear the messages could also be part of a sinister plot aimed at killing more people in this country. Through tapes released to the media, could Osama bin Laden be sending coded messages to activate terrorist sleeper cells? That's the fear expressed by National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice. At best, Osama bin Laden's messages are simply propaganda. At worst, Bin Laden could be using the videos to issue orders, asking his followers to initiate new terrorist attacks. Dr. Rice has asked the networks to exercise judgment about how these pre-recorded, pre-taped messages will air.
Anything in what he said could be a message. I mean, any word or verse of the Quran, as I said, or nod, or a finger pointed in a certain way could be a message. And since I'm not on the inside, I can't possibly tell you which one it is.
The Bush administration raised the same concern last week with the Emir of Qatar. Qatar is a tiny nation from where the popular independent television Al Jazeera broadcasts news throughout the Middle East. Al Jazeera editors who received the recent bin Laden tapes say they have no evidence of the hidden messages.
American society in general, which is based at its heart at principles like the freedom of speech and the freedom of information, I don't think that the American people or the American administration would for a second try or suggest censoring any media outlet of any sort.
The White House concerns are causing news executives worldwide to review their policies on broadcasting statements by indicted terrorists. U.S. leaders are concerned the mere existence of a new message or a new tape could be a signal to activate sleeper terrorist cells throughout the U.S. Former U.S. intelligence officers are skeptical about the hidden messages. They say al-Qaeda still has better ways of communicating with its agents than this. First Amendment advocates in this country argue the public needs to hear what its enemy is saying, especially when it's under attack. But most news agencies, such as CNN, say they will carefully review these tapes before they bring them to the public. So it's a, it's a tough situation.
Sure is. Interesting. Thanks, Dave.
Well, what do you think? Should the media broadcast video provided by terrorists? That's our 12 Talkback online poll question. Log on to our website, Oregons12.tv, and see results on tomorrow's 10 o'clock news.
You'll no longer be able to visit the Visitors Center at Bonneville Dam. That is according to the Army Corps of Engineers, at least for a while. Also, some fishing areas will be closed. However, fishing is available at Tanner Creek on the Oregon side of the Columbia and from the North Shore Road, Fort Cascade area on the Washington side. The Corps says the changes are precautionary. There has not been a direct threat there. Oregon Senator Gordon Smith wants the Department of Transportation to be especially careful when issuing commercial driver's licenses and hazardous materials permits. An investigation after the September 11th attacks found the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation had illegally provided permits to more than 20 people. Some of those people are being investigated in connection with the terrorist attacks. Senator Smith also says the DOT should consider security inspections for commercial bus passengers. He says 40% of terrorist attacks worldwide are targeted at transportation.
Nike is pulling its workers out of Indonesia as a precaution against possible violence following the airstrikes. A Nike spokesman says there have not been any specific threats. It's just a precaution. The Beaverton-based company had 27 non-Indonesian workers stationed in Jakarta. The U.S. Embassy had warned Americans living in Indonesia to stay off the streets because some Islamic groups are opposed to strikes against Afghanistan.
The U.S. Army is looking for a few good screenwriters to protect the U.S. from terrorist attacks. The Army's hired some entertainment professionals to come up with some possible attack scenarios. One of them is Stephen D'Souza, who co-wrote the 1988 hit Die Hard. The Army says the military has a long history of working with filmmakers. They call screenwriters and producers, quote, brilliant, creative people, but the Army hasn't said specifically what the group will do.
Well, do you need an excuse to go out to dinner tomorrow night? Here's one for you. Oregon's restaurant industry is sponsoring a Dine for America evening to raise money for the Red Cross and victims of last month's attacks. This is actually a nationwide event. Thousands of restaurants are taking part. Here in Oregon, more than 200 are participating. Here are just a few of them on the screen. For a complete list, you can visit the Oregon Restaurant Association website, www.ora.org.
And they'll be giving, what, from 11% to 100% of their proceeds from tomorrow night's dinners go to the fund.
It's an unbelievable fundraiser, yeah.
Well, the Blazers continue their preseason schedule tonight with a game in Salt Lake City.
Yep, it's game number 2 of the year following a loss in Memphis last night. Tim Becker's here with your first look at the highlights.
You can make it loss number 2 as well.
Oh,
just the preseason, giving the bench guys a lot of playing time, looking at a lot of different players. 2 games and so far 2 losses for the Blazers. Tonight in Salt Lake City, they shoot just 38% from the the floor and turned the ball over 19 times. Defense didn't look too hot either, guys, just standing around when John Stockton feeds Karl Malone for that dunk. Another example of how not to guard the hoop. Deshaun Stevenson slams away while the Blazers look on. But wait, there's more. Stockton to Donyell Marshall in transition, and he makes it look easy. At the Blazers' end, Dale Davis going to hit a nice turnaround shot, but that was his only bucket of the night. Derek Anderson played 24 minutes and scores 11 for the Blazers, who actually had their backups out there quite a bit tonight. Rasheed Wallace played only 19 minutes, going to score on the break to finish with 8 points. But the guy they're talking about in Utah is Russian rookie Andrei Kirilenko. He's going to slam it down, and he leads the Jazz with 14 points in just 20 minutes of action as they pull away to win by 16, 92-76. Sean Kemp led the Blazers with 12 points and put in 26 minutes of playing time, as I'm sure Coach Cheeks tries to whip the man into shape. Next up for the Blazers, a game against Sacramento Friday night, and that one is in Redmond. Okay, we're going to keep it short and sweet for Hot Shots tonight. To the baseball playoffs we go. Cardinals at Arizona, where they lead 4-1 in the ninth, and watch Jim Edmonds help preserve the win with a fantastic diving catch out there in center field. Wasn't sure he had it for a second or two, but it's in the mitt, helping Steve Klein pick up the save. 4-1 the final there. The Cardinals evening that series at a win apiece. 2 other playoff games today. We're going to recap all the action for everybody later in sports.
You know what that means. We got to listen to Rod.
Is he paying you to put these highlights in the show?
He's not. I'm totally unbiased, and I do this when they deserve coverage.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Coming up, meteorologist Rod Hill, who loves the Cardinals, will let us know how much rain fell today and how much we can expect tomorrow. He'll have details in his pinpoint forecast.
Also, a judge sentences a comedian in court. We have Paula Poundstone's fate with the law coming up.
Plus, how secure are those security checkpoints at airports? I-Team 12 investigates.
And tomorrow night at 10, it's been just 1 month since the attack on the World Trade Center and how our world has changed in that short time. A look back tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news.
There's one brand of truck strong enough to carry the American spirit. Chevrolet. And right now, get 0% financing on every new truck we build. Like Chevy Silverado. With the power of a V8 engine, it was designed to serve a country that never quits. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Again, and she says, let's try it with the cap off this time.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for holding. This is Florence.
Don't hang up! 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 Hello? I'd like to start my garbage pickup.
With TownPartner.com, you can conveniently hook up your utilities online. Just think what you could do with all the time you'd save.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes, we're 50-gallon people.
TownPartner.com from Portland General Electric.
Booster seats, playpens, kids' bikes, nearly 2 million products being recalled because they're dangerous to children. See if your kids may be using one of them coming up.
If you don't got style, what do you got?
You could have any style you want at Wix.
It's the final 3 days of Wix Furniture's big 30th anniversary sale. Your choice of special purchase Sealy Posturepedic or Simmons Beauty Rest Queen mattress for just $299.98 and get the box spring free. Plus, put no money down with no monthly payments and no finance charges due for 1 year with a Wix charge.
I know style when I see it.
Having a Wix bedroom makes you a real suave guy.
This weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by American Family Insurance.
Annie, let's work on support as we've done in the past. I'm a voice teacher. Because I'm self-employed, I needed to find my own health insurance.
Helen Cece put together a health insurance plan with her American Family agent.
I like American Family's health insurance plan because it lets me choose my own doctor, my own hospital, my deductible, and I can afford it. American Family's the best, simply the best.
All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
Welcome back. With all the new security concerns, just how well are those checkpoints working at Portland International Airport?
Well, I-Team 12 has learned they are not stopping every potentially dangerous item from going through. I-Team 12's Carrie Tomlinson is here with that story. Carrie?
Well, these are some of the items that slipped through security. They're sharp, but they're pretty darn small. Still, The FAA says no way these should not be going through. Now, the passenger who brought them through says this was not planned, but when they realized what had happened, they were shocked and even a bit angry at this potential hole in security. Now, you won't see the passenger's face in this story. The passenger does not want to be identified for fear that the FAA will file charges against them.
Security checkpoints. Portland to Houston.
You can expect more.
Have a safe trip. Your name up here.
More identity checks.
I need picture ID, yes.
More searches by machine
Due to increased security measures.
and by hand.
Thank you for your understanding.
But can you expect these signs, no knives of any length, and these security checkpoints to keep dangerous items from getting through? Not in every case. I-Team 12 has learned a passenger made it through the Portland airport checkpoints with 3 items during the last week. Nail scissors, a disposable razor, and a small folding knife. The items were all in a carry-on bag that went through the screening machine. The FAA says the disposable razor is actually allowed, but the scissors and the small knife, definitely not.
I fly an awful lot.
For some people, like Maxine Shaw, this is not acceptable.
So what they need to do is either go to school or find out what they're supposed to do and do their job.
The concern is in the wrong hands, it can be potentially harmful.
Chief Michael Brandt agrees. Those items should not have slipped through. But it can happen, he says, every now and then with small items.
Right now, we're screening hard, or we're screening intensively, but we're doing the best we can.
Brandt says screeners may become fatigued, and machines may not be calibrated properly, and that could affect the checkpoint. But they test both equipment and personnel daily.
If there is something missed, then that screener is immediately retrained, taken off the machine and retrained before they are asked to continue screening again.
Now police will meet with the screening company and the airlines to find out how this could have happened and how to prevent it.
You're all set.
All right.
Safe trip. Thank you. Have a safe trip, sir.
In the meantime, Michael Brandt says he believes the planes are still safe.
I'd get on an airplane in a heartbeat.
You're all set. Thank you. Have a safe trip.
Now, the FAA tells us do not try this at home. They say it is a crime to try to test airport security, and they would prosecute. PDX, however, is taking a different stance. They say instead they would like to find out more about the security problem, how did it happen, and try to solve that rather than necessarily going after someone who did this.
So if a passenger, say, accidentally walks through the security checkpoint with some of these items, doesn't get nabbed, PDX says, come and tell us, and we want to look into it?
Exactly. The theory is, however, if you know and they can prove that you knew that you were taking those items through, then potentially you could face charges.
All right, Carrie, thank you.
Well, be sure to keep it right here on KPTV Oregon's 12 for the latest on U.S. military strikes in Afghanistan. We'll have continuing coverage of America Strikes Back on Good Day Oregon and the 10 o'clock news.
Rod's here now, and Rod, you know, at the risk of making his head do this, you did say last night about 10 a.m. the rain would start, and at my house, I'm telling you, I had to leave at 10 o'clock this morning, and the rain started right at that moment.
Do you have to say that?
I did have to say it. I thought of you.
Well, thank you. It started our place about 9 this morning.
Yeah.
But that's acceptable by
Yes.
golly. I mean, it's rained for the most part all day, and we picked up about enough today to catch us up to normal for October for the first 10 days.
Anybody get more than an inch today?
No, not that I have seen. By the way, a quick hi to, I can't remember the name of the school. It's a Christian school out in Aloha, and I was out there.
Rod.
Hi, everybody at that school.
The kids are crying right now that you didn't say the name of
And it's a
their
shame
school.
because these were first graders. And I made the comment when I walked out of the classroom, the teacher is Mrs. Fox, that I felt like I was talking to fourth graders all morning. That's
Sharp kids.
That's how sharp they were. Yeah.
Well, you know what? They'll just have to stay and watch,
Yes.
and later you'll give the name
I
at
wanna
the
say
how about
Church
at
of
the end
God,
of
I'm not
our
sure if that's
end of our newscast tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Ludlow. That's an excellent idea. We start you off tonight with the way it looked early this morning. A gorgeous photograph. This was sent in to us by Stephen Smith, who's actually married to our promotional writer, Belinda Carlson Smith. Anyway, nice picture of Mount Hood. As we told you, it would be dry this morning early. And then, of course, the rain moved in. Here's the way it looked this afternoon in downtown Portland. And I love the guy. See that one guy? No umbrellas, two of them actually there, and a lady. drinking a soda, and it is raining. So they're true Oregonians, you know. It's raining, don't need the umbrella, stand outside, drink a cold one, and life's pretty good. Pretty picture of the leaf. We did pick up about a half of an inch of rain thus far here in the city of Portland. Very good news there. Here's the Northwest radar tonight. The cold front has passed us, and the meat of the storm, you can tell it by looking at the radar, is now up into the Cascades. Eventually tonight, it still appears the air will get cold enough up in the high country to drop the snow levels down to about 4,500 feet by morning, and there could be accumulations as high as 3 to 5 inches of new snow. So if you're driving up over Government Camp, for example, in the morning, be advised that you might run into some good old-fashioned wintry type weather. Could happen. Here again is our regional radar, and this is heavy precipitation, this time mainly up in the mountains and at the Dalles and the Columbia River Gorge. We're fairly dry, some light scattered stuff at this hour, and still some showers off the coast. And this ongoing chance of just some scattered light rain at times will, in fact, go into the first part of tomorrow. These rainfall totals through 5 o'clock. Let me update Portland to 0.52. Astoria is still reporting 0.60 inches. Kurt asked about an inch of rain earlier, and nobody picked up that much, but at least everybody, for the most part, has picked up something across our state today. The exception down south, Klamath Falls, Medford, not picking up anything. Rainfall amounts here in the metro area for you. Vancouver, 0.48. Again, these are amounts through 5 o'clock this afternoon. Scappoose at 0.36. Hillsboro at 0.34. Troutdale picked up just over half of an inch of rain. Of course, our highs today, as promised, are on the cool side with the cloudiness and the rain coming down. 55 in Portland, about the same on the Oregon coast. A little bit warmer down south, where it was dry, remember. Brookings at 64. 61 in Burns. Out in Pendleton this afternoon, it was 61. Forecast check pretty good. The low temperature, it was a dry flow all night, and boy, the low dropped all the way to 41. So I missed that. We have to be within 4. I said 57 was 55. And I said we picked up 0.45 inches of rain. We picked up 0.52, so that was a pretty good shooting there. Outside right now, we have cloudy skies, light rain being reported at the airport. We're at 53. Dew point's still in the lower 50s. Barometer's rising tonight. Winds are northwest at 9 miles per hour. I mentioned the cold front. Here it is. Moving now through the Cascades, so before too long, the air will sharply turn colder up in the mountains, and eventually that will turn up there to snow. Bit of a breakout here, but for the most part, boy, the jet stream's just shooting at us, and we will see a lot of clouds continue through tomorrow with that chance of rain, at least in the first half of tomorrow. Our next weather system right here, a lot of moisture for this one. And Friday's still a bit of a question. It looks like most of this will be up to our north. A lot of clouds on Friday, and certainly the chance of rain. Should have a better idea tomorrow how much we'll pick up during that day. 7 o'clock in the morning, mostly up in the Cascades and over in the coastal range. And that should be the case most of the time tomorrow. The threat is some ongoing showers, but I really don't expect much rain here in the valleys. Mainly some traceable amounts tomorrow. And it's possible that in the afternoon we'll get some sun breaks developing here in the city of Portland and on the Oregon coast for that matter. North Bend tomorrow 63. Continuing to be dry down south, but from Newport northward through Tillamook, of course. The ongoing threat of some scattered showers, but sun breaks at times tomorrow afternoon. Small craft advisory, winds tomorrow, not too bad though, from the southwest at 15 knots. In the valleys, better chance of rain I think tomorrow morning, lesser spotty showers in the afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow up to around 60 or so. Salem at 62, Eugene tomorrow at 63 degrees. Up in the mountains, the big story is by morning there could be 3 to 5 inches of snow. That snow level at 4,500 feet. And some scattered snow showers throughout the day tomorrow possible with high temperatures at Government Camp only in the 30s. First real chilly, wintry day up there. Bend tomorrow 55. Chance of rain is only about 20% or so across eastern Oregon tomorrow with a mix of sun breaks and clouds. 51 on LeGrand, Pendleton 58. Again, some rain possible, but not much expected. Columbia River Gorge, winds will be gusting up to about 25 miles per hour through the Dalles, 62 degrees there. Not much rain expected, much better chance of at least some scattered showers at Cascade Locks with a high of 60. 46 in the morning, 55 at noon. Again, spotty showers possible, yes, but not much rain, 50 at 5 p.m. Here is the 7-day forecast. Friday, rain a possibility, but we have a system looking mainly to our north. Better idea tomorrow for you. Weekend still looks terrific. Saturday becoming Sunday. Sunday will be sunny. Highs in the 70s on Sunday and on Monday, and right now Tuesday and Wednesday are a bit uncertain. Winds didn't turn out to be much, by the way. Last night we talked about the wind threat being mainly to our north, and that happened. I didn't see anybody reporting a wind gust more than about 40 miles per hour, except for Seaside. They had a wind gust up to 47 today.
All right, does this ring a bell? The Aloha Church of God School, Mrs. Fox's first grade class.
Did somebody call?
You want to say hi to them?
Hi, guys, and I'm terribly sorry that the name slipped my mind. But wonderful time. It was my first school of the year. Don't forget, if you're a school teacher, give me a call, and we'll be scheduling to get out there and visit your classrooms over the coming months.
He loves to do it, so call him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rod. Shauna?
Well, the Consumer Product Safety Commission is recalling more than 1 million popular children's products, playpens, bicycles, baby gates, and swings. They're all on the list, which was released today. The commission says these items could be dangerous for your kids. Almost 2 million products, 5 different brand names, are being recalled because of potential hazards they cause to children.
We put them out as soon as we hear about them. We want to take action immediately. Once we hear about a problem, we want consumers to, we want the hazard to be removed from consumers' homes.
3 different styles of Costco portable playpens are being recalled because the locking mechanism can crack or break. This causes the playpen to collapse and potentially trap a child.
Unfortunately, there has been a tragic death of an 11-month-old child in Ohio.
About 1.5 million safety-first fold-up booster seats can crack and separate. If this happens, a child can fall to the ground.
Hazard is pretty much for the kids that are able to sit up by themselves, up to the 4-year-old category.
Because the seats hit the market back in 1994, the commission is urging people to check their homes, even if they're not using the seats anymore. And 14 reports of problems, 5 resulting in injuries, have prompted the recall of the Little Tikes 2-in-1 Snug and Secure Swing. The straps can come undone, causing children to fall to the ground. Now, here are some more items being recalled. There are so many, about 95,000 of these Runt mini bicycles. They don't have brakes, they don't have chain guards. You should stop using those bicycles and call the maker, Wiseco, toll-free at 866-868-7368 or visit their website. Just go to scooters.com. Also, Evenflow home decor baby gates that were sold between June of 1999 through September of this year. You can call Evenflow at 800-576-0507 or go to their website, swinggate.com. If you'd like a complete list of the items that have been recalled, you can go to our website, Oregons12.tv, and we will link you over to the Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Coming up, we've got some breaking news about the situation in Pakistan tonight involving U.S. troops. We'll get to that in just a moment. Fighting in the Philippines also over a suspected associate of Osama bin Laden. The latest is next.
Also, the sunken submarine Kursk returns home to Russia. We'll have the very latest when the 10 o'clock news returns.
The largest Chevy flagship store on earth is now offering 0% financing and huge discounts on every new Chevy in stock, like a 2001 Malibu V6, totally loaded for 0 down, no interest, and only $249 a month for 60 months. Just $249 a month. With savings like these and 0% interest, you could actually lower your current monthly payment and drive home in one of our 500 new Chevys. But only for a limited time, where salaried salespeople see it your way. Car Chevy World, Beaverton.
Izzy's is my favorite place to eat because they got everything.
I eat here about 4 times a week.
I like Izzy's Pizza Bar because you can see the pizza before you get it.
I like to have the chicken and the macaroni. There's brownies, there's fruit, and there's everything you could almost possibly eat.
I probably go to the dessert bar about 6 times. Everything in the salad bowl is mostly healthy.
I just like salad, basically. Plain old salad. I like Izzy's the best because I do.
Are you driving over a dangerous bridge tonight? A new report on some of the worst in the Northwest coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Hi, I'm Stephen Curtis Chapman. My family is very important to me, and that's why I'm excited about a new radio station that's safe for the whole family. It's called The Fish, and it's at 104.1 FM.
This is your time. This is your dad.
The Fish plays positive and uplifting music that encourages your family, and you won't have to worry about hearing offensive lyrics.
Today's Christian music, 24 hours a day. Try it, the new 104.1, The Fish.
The calendar yields few weeks for us to escape. Those days, we run. For we hold the pass that opens doors. Wherever we go, with our Blue Cross Blue Shield plan, we're covered. And I check worry at the border. This is my plan. To take care of their mind, their body, their spirit, their health. Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We've been manufacturing the Blevins toothpick right here since 1974. These fir trees will be selected, cut, and sent to our mills. And the best of them will become Blevins toothpicks. This is what would shave every Blevins toothpick before it's sanded and stained with a light coat of vegetable oil. Sounds like a lot, but that's why people all over the world demand Blevins toothpicks.
Sometimes you don't need a leading brand, but when you do, come to Thomason.
We do have a late-breaking development in the U.S. strikes in Afghanistan.
Pakistan government officials are reporting right now that U.S. military personnel have arrived in their country in connection with the ongoing confrontation against the Taliban.
The number of U.S. personnel has not been reported. We're being told they are not combat forces.
Stay tuned for the latest on Good Day Oregon. Now, in news from around America tonight, troubled comedian Paula Poundstone has her day in court. California judge sentenced Poundstone to 5 years of probation after she pled no contest to a charge of child endangerment. The judge also ruled Poundstone can't perform again on stage until she completes 180 days at an alcohol rehab center. She's already spent 125 days there. Plus, Poundstone will never be allowed to have foster children again. Fans of the late John Lennon gathered in Los Angeles to celebrate his birthday. Live and taped Lennon and Beatles songs were played. Among those speaking at the celebration was Breakfast with the Beatles radio host Chris Carter. One of the highlights of the tribute was the lighting of 61 peace symbol candles.
In world news tonight, fierce fighting on one of the Philippine islands between the government and suspected followers of Abu Sayyaf. Abu Sayyaf is believed to have ties with Osama bin Laden. The Philippine military says there are about 100 rebels. They're using high-powered firearms. This week, Sayyaf called a radio station to say if the Philippine military does not call off its offensive, the guerrillas would poison the water supply and terrorize the people of that country. The wreckage of the Russian nuclear submarine Kursk arrived in a Russian port this morning. It'll now take about a week to put the submarine into dry dock. Engineers will first test the wreckage for radiation leaks. Earlier this week, a group of Dutch workers spent 15 hours raising the Kursk from the floor of the Barents Sea. An explosion sank the sub more than a year ago.
Coming up, bad news about Oregon bridges.
Find out why the state is banning some heavy big rigs on some of Oregon's busiest overpasses.
Plus, Bill Bradbury is running for a new seat in politics. We have that story.
Now it's time for tonight's winning lottery numbers, starting with Oregon Megabucks, 8, 10, 17, 25, 32, 42. Win for life, 2, 48, 56, 72.
And the Washington Lotto, 17, 28, 30, 37, 41, 46. The daily game is 381.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $16.5 million. 1, 7, 8, 16, 19. The Powerball is 37. The Power Play is 5. Good luck.
Fame.
Your performance tonight will be transmitted to millions of people.
Fortune.
You could have a new life here.
Farewell.
Voyager's the only life I've ever known.
At the crossroads of ambition and duty comes the decision of a lifetime.
You'll manage without me.
Star Trek Voyager.
Tonight at 11 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
It's your life. Get on with it. Dodge Caravan. Right now, get 0% APR financing, plus make no payments until 2002 on Dodge Caravan.
I'm the police! King Kong ain't got nothing on me!
The critics are raving about America's #1 movie, Training Day. Time magazine says Denzel Washington gives a hot-wired performance. Rolling Stone calls Training Day knockout action entertainment. Denzel Washington is flat-out great. The performance of the year, says the Wall Street Journal. The New York Times guarantees him an Oscar nomination. This is a great film. Training Day. Rated R. Now playing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you bake this bread? Is this fresh baked? Do you have any idea where it came from? No, I didn't think so. Come on, let's go for a ride. So, what do you think? Don't you just love the smell of fresh baked cardboard? Subway bakes their bread fresh every day. Right, Nancy?
Right, Jim. Subway's got 4 new delicious Subway Selects at the Southwest Chicken with tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh baked gourmet bread, and all made fresh right in front of you.
Once you go fresh, you never go back.
Subway, eat fresh!
On Wall Street, the Dow rose 188 points to close at 9240. The Nasdaq's up 56 at 1626. The 10 o'clock news continues in a moment.
All right, pay attention. This is pretty simple. This is a tire. This is a road. This is a tire on the road. At America's Tire Company, we've been putting the world's best brands of tires on the road for over 40 years. So stop by today for a great deal on Michelin, VF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Goodyear tires. Thousands in stock and ready to go. Pretty simple, huh? Great brands, great prices, America's Tire Company. Now you know.
The Portland Spirit. To make your special occasion an event to remember, come cruise with us. And you don't have to wait for a special occasion to come aboard the Portland Spirit. Family, friends, and out-of-town guests will enjoy an afternoon of fun, food, and fresh air. Make an evening of it and make a memory. Cruises start at only $15. Make reservations online at portlandspirit.com. See Portland like you've never seen it before with the Portland Spirit. 503-224-3900.
Carla's a full-blown vision in white.
Excuse me, lady with a baby.
Next time on Cheers.
Tonight on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
In light of unprecedented action by General Motors, Buick announces 0.0% APR financing. Now, through October 31st, get interest-free financing on all new Buicks. Every Century, LeSabre, Park Avenue, Regal, and the all-new Rendezvous. Pay no interest, 0% APR through October 31st. Keep America rolling. See your participating Northwest Buick dealer today.
Heavy trucks are being diverted around some of Oregon's busiest bridges tonight.
As KPTV's Jim Hyde reports, ODOT wants to keep extra heavy loads off bridges where cracks have been detected in the girders that support them.
On the westbound I-84 bridge over the Sandy River at Troutdale, regular car and truck traffic flows. It's the heavy loads, up to 105,000 pounds, that ODOT no longer permits here.
It's just a hairline fracture that's in the concrete, and they're about every 3 or 4 feet.
The same diversion applies to the bridge carrying the interstate over the railroad tracks at Hood River. Gauges are set in place to measure the cracking. The suspect bridges are checked weekly.
The cracks on the bridge supports are kind of like crow's feet on the faces of people after decades of normal wear. Now the extra heavy truckloads are causing the bridges to deteriorate more quickly.
They were built to a design that would last only about 50 years, and that's where we're at right now. So we've been noticing a lot of cracking on these bridges.
So heavy trucks headed west down the gorge to Portland must go around Highways 35 and 26 up the Hood River Valley, Government Camp, and down to 205. That'll cost shippers and truckers more money and time. Not to mention skiers who will be sharing the highway with big trucks this winter.
A lot of detours are required.
Terry Emmert's company moves extra heavy loads all over the world. Right now, they're hauling components for power plants up and down the gorge.
We're still fortunate that we have one lane of travel going up that way, but we're having to also detour loads up over Mount Hood.
ODOT says 14 Oregon bridges have similar heavy load restrictions. The plan now is temporary repairs, extra bracing or cables to better distribute the weight. Those solutions could cost several $100,000 each. Full replacement of those spans, several $100 million. Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Oregon Trucking Association leaders say the problem of cracks in the reinforced concrete girders could affect as many as 555 bridges in the state. You know, I-Team 12 first told you about Oregon's bridge problems last November. We investigated the condition of every bridge in the state, and we discovered that 1 out of 5 bridges is considered deficient. 1 out of 10 bridges scores below 50. That's a failing grade. You can check out our bridge database for yourself at Oregons12.tv. You can click on the 10 o'clock news, then bridge database for the conditions of more than 7,000 bridges in the state.
Klamath Basin farmers have given up hopes of finding a long-term federal solution to their water problems. Earlier this week, the Klamath Water Users Association voted to drop its lawsuit and has withdrawn from a federal mediation process. The lawsuit was aimed at restoring the farmers' water rights. The association says the mediation process became bogged down by the many interests involved. Over 1,000 farms are represented by that association.
Budget cuts could lead to the closure of the Multnomah County Jail in Troutdale. During a news conference today, County Commissioner Lonnie Roberts and Troutdale City Council member Jim Kite announced their support to close this jail. The closure will be considered during the county's upcoming budget cut deliberations.
Secretary of State Bill Bradbury makes a big announcement today.
Therefore, I'm pleased to announce my candidacy for the United States Senate.
That's right. Bradbury will challenge Republican incumbent Gordon Smith. He says his candidacy will include strengthening the economy, ensuring high quality of public education, and striking a balance between protecting the environment while maintaining jobs for working Oregonians.
It's real clear that Oregon and this nation face some very significant challenges. And I have the ability to meet those challenges and bring a new approach to those challenges.
Bradbury says Governor John Kitzhaber encouraged him to run. Kitzhaber decided against challenging Smith last month.
A final look at the morning forecast is just ahead.
And in sports, the Oakland A's used the long ball to swat the Yankees in their series opener. Highlights when we come back.
Toward the upper.
Although I know dogs are pack animals, it's difficult to imagine a pack of Chihuahuas. Like, where would they roam? At Armstrong Volkswagen, each of our customers is treated as an individual, not just another number. We make an earnest, professional effort to represent ourselves at the highest level of integrity. We offer our lowest possible price all year long and follow through the service after the sale. When Volkswagen says drivers want it, we mean it. Come to Armstrong Volkswagen. We're the ones to see.
Modern life. Too much to do, not enough time. The whole thing can tie you up in knots. Wouldn't it be great just to come home and dive into perfect relaxation? Oregon Hot Spring Spas.
And right now at every Oregon Hot Spring Spas location, you'll find terrific home show specials on top quality spas. The best is on sale now. Oregon Hot Spring Spas. The best there is, and one of life's rewards.
It's a beautiful world we live in, a sweet romantic place, beautiful people everywhere, the way they show they care, makes me want to say, it's a beautiful world, it's a beautiful world, it's a beautiful world.
Ladies, if you wear size XL to 6X, Full Size Fashions is the store for you. Our everyday low prices are sure to save you money. Let the qualified staff at Full Size Fashions help you coordinate our newest styles with your existing wardrobe. Shop today. Save today. Look great today. That's Full Size Fashions for women. Tomorrow's fashions today, up to 6X. New shipments arriving daily. Hurry in for the best selection. Lincoln City, Oregon, and Centralia, Washington.
Most mechanics can fix just about anything on your car. But throw something really complex at them, like a modern transmission, and look out. For a job done right, guaranteed, at a price that's right, bring it to the experts. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
We've been manufacturing the Blevins toothpick right here since 1974. These fir trees will be selected, cut, and sent to our mills. And the best of them will become Blevins toothpicks. This is where we shape every Blevins toothpick before it's sanded and stained with a light coat of vegetable oil. Sounds like a lot, but that's why people all over the world demand Blevins toothpicks.
Sometimes you don't need a leading brand. But when you do, come to Thomason.
Now, sports with Tim Becker.
Truth be told, nobody, not even the Mariners, has been better than the Oakland A's since June, and tonight they picked up right where they left off in the regular season. Didn't hurt their cause either when Yankee ace Roger Clemens had to lead the game with a sore hamstring. In came Sterling Hitchcock, and he served up a monster home run to Jason Giambi. This thing goes off at the third deck. That made it 2-0 A's in the seventh. An inning later, it was 3-1 when Terrence Long goes long also. His second home run of the game made it 4-1. Oakland holds off a Yankee rally to win 5-3 and takes a 1-0 series lead with Game 2 set for tomorrow. National League, the Braves at Houston, where George H. Bush and his wife watched the Astros fall victim to Atlanta once again. This game's so tight, the only run is scored when Atlanta's Ray Sanchez grounded into that double play. Once they're ahead 1-0, Tom Glavine does the rest, starts a double play there, and then some defense coming up from Marcus Giles as the Braves take a 2-0 series lead, winning 1-0. Hey, Arizona had Randy Johnson on the hill for Game 2 against St. Louis, but the Cardinals weren't intimidated at all. First inning, Albert Pujols slammed a 2-run homer to right field. That would be enough to win right there because Cardinal pitcher Woody Williams shuts him down. 9 strikeouts in the game and some great defense to boot. Cardinals beat the Diamondbacks 4-1 to even that series at a win apiece. All right, the Mariners and Indians are the only teams that had the day off today, and neither team was too happy about it either. Cleveland figured Seattle had all the pressure on them to begin with, and now leading the series 1-0. They're feeling even better about Game 2 tomorrow. The pitching matchup has 20-game winner Jamie Moyer for Seattle going up against Chuck Finley.
I think now we put more of the pressure on them, so hopefully we can come tomorrow and play the same way. I always believe that this kind of game is going to be all about pitching and defense.
And in case you missed it earlier, the Blazers fall to the Utah Jazz tonight, 92-76. Karl Malone just 7 points for the Jazz in limited playing time. But rookie Andrei Kirilenko picked up the slack nicely with 14 for the Jazz. Sean Kemp had 12, Derek Anderson 11 to lead the Blazers, who fall to 0-2 in the preseason. And the Houston Rockets begin life minus Hakeem Olajuwon tonight, but they'll do just fine with Steve Francis shouldering the load. Nice move on the baseline, draws the foul. Rockets up 3 on Phoenix. Stevie Franchise, they call him, finishing strong. The two-hand slam had 15 points, but the Suns rally behind 13 from Penny Hardaway. The alley-oop leading Phoenix to an 88-80 win in Houston. All right, off to their best start since 1998. The Ducks look to improve on their 5-0 record when they play at Cal this Saturday. The Ducks are 13-point favorites, largely due to their numbers in the last 2 games. Oregon leads the Pac-10 in turnover margin, plus 11 after stuffing Arizona last week, 63-28. They take the ball away, but they don't give it up very much at all. Holding on to that football, the offense rolled up over 600 yards in last week's game, and they hope to do the same against Cal. A team that's a soft spot right now happens to be its defense.
Passing. Their defense has been a very, very good team. They're not as good right now. I hope they don't get better. They lost some key people, but Cal played its best football game against Washington. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for us, so my concern is what they may come up with. I think they're playing the best football they've played this year, and certainly I think they know they have to do something in this Pac-10 race.
Well, that game starts 12:30 Saturday afternoon. Again, the concern, the fact that Cal has had a couple of weeks to prepare for the Oregon Ducks, and the fact that just before that they almost beat Washington, led something like 21-0 before the Huskies came back. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What about Rasheed Wallace? I haven't heard his name mentioned
He
at all.
hasn't played very much.
What, 6 or 8 points tonight?
He played 19 minutes tonight, scored 8 points.
Didn't get in a fight?
Didn't get in a fight.
There you go.
Didn't do anything to the
That's
refs.
a good sign.
That's all we want right now,
Are we
right?
seeing much out of the new coach? How's he handling things?
He's doing a pretty good job. He's a little bit lower key than Mike Dunleavy. He stays on the bench a bit more if you watch the game. Dunleavy was up and about, and Mo Cheeks kind of sitting back, I think taking a lot of notes. His assistants have been taking a lot of notes the last couple of games. And I'm sure, sizing people up. They got about 16, 17 players now. They're going to have to cut it down to 15 and eventually 12.
Okay, Tim, thank you.
All right.
Still could be raining in the morning, but most of the rain, in terms of what will actually start to gather in your rain gauge, has ended. 43 to 47 degrees in the morning. And don't forget, the big story actually is up in the mountains, so there could be 3 to 5 inches at pass level by mid-morning tomorrow. So if you're planning on driving up over the Cascades in the morning, you could run into winter for the first time this season.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
And thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Meet Ray's dad, Frank.
Loving father.
wise and gentle, very caring and sentimental.
When was the last time that you said I love you to anybody?
What, do you live in a freaking fairyland?
What about that squirrel you ran over?
That squirrel wanted to die.
Oh.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Can you give me one or two words to describe Izzy's?
Fresh, fast, and convenient.
Great atmosphere, great pizza. It's affordable.
Great prices.
2 words, great value.
How about one or two words to describe Izzy's salad bar?
Good variety. Fresh and crisp.
Great variety, great value.
Quick, easy, and healthy. That's not 2 words, but that's the most important to me.
The salad makes me feel like I've had something nutritious for lunch.
But that's more than 2 words.
Very affordable.
What 2 words would you use to describe Izzy's?
Great food or yum yum.
For 90 years, we've kept Americans moving, and there's no reason to stop now. Chevrolet. Right now, get 0% financing on every new car we build. Malibu, Cavalier, Impala. The cars behind a nation that never slows down. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your local Chevy dealer today. We'll be there.
Payments and no finance charges due for 1 year with a Wix charge.
I know style when I see it.
Having a Wix bedroom makes you a real suave guy.
The largest Chevy flagship store on earth is now offering 0% financing and huge discounts on every new Chevy in stock. Like a 2001 Malibu V6, totally loaded for 0 down, no interest, and only $249 a month for 60 months. Just $249 a month. With savings like these and 0% interest, you could actually lower your current monthly payment and drive home in one of our 500 new Chevys. But only for a limited time, where salaried salespeople see it your way. Car Chevy World, Beaverton.
I'm not talking to you.
Now families can enjoy the ultimate web experience and use the phone line at the same time.
Hold on a sec. Don't you get it?
I think she's in love.
Introducing Quest Connected Home. It's your home phone line with tons of great features, plus unlimited MSN broadband powered by Quest for just $72.90 a month. Now even get free activation, a $99 value. This is staying connected. This is riding the light. Quest.